You have to acknowledge that you're in trauma and that you're experiencing that before you can move through it. Trauma will keep us spinning around until we decide to heal. Part of the healing process is actually validating that we are in trauma and not just trying to push it away. But that validation really needs to come from inside when at all possible. Because what happens when we seek external validation, we end up looking to other people to fulfill us. True power comes from being able to look inside yourself and say, you know, that thing that happened, man, that really sucked. You know, I might not have handled it the best, but I got through it. What is not okay is whenever we're going through that trauma and we're kicking ourselves or we're beating ourselves up. And what happens in those times is we tend to stay stuck in it. We can't release the trauma that's happening in our life until we learn to validate it for ourselves. You know, it's fine in D&D to like look to other people, like a therapist or a coach, to help guide us through it. But at the end of the day, self-love comes from being able to own our strengths and our weaknesses and to work through them during times of challenge when we can't accept and validate our own journey. And then what happens is we tell this person our story. Okay, you're not going to believe what happened to me. Like, this is what happened. And then we're complaining, which is the repressive shadow part of it. And maybe we're blaming, oh, well, such and such did this to me and I'm just so mad. And so we get that out and we tell that person, and maybe they don't validate us like we need to be validated. So we go to somebody else and we tell somebody else the same story. And we're complaining and we're blaming and we're not taking our own responsibility and we're not validating it. And we may have a very valid complaint. Like, what happened could be really, really hard and detrimental. But when we are looking for support outside of ourselves in a way which is complaining or blaming somebody else, what we end up doing is being caught up in a victim mentality. We're not victims. We're actually survivors. And sometimes the traumas in our life end up really taking control of us, and we really need outside support, but we're looking for that outside support in the wrong places. You know, we're telling our girlfriend or our husband, our boyfriend, you know, our friends, our coworkers, oh my God, we're telling everybody this story about what happened to us because we're looking to be validated for what happened. But that validation really comes from inside. It comes from getting quiet, zen inside your own state of mind and saying, you know, this is my responsibility inside this situation. This is what I brought into it. What happened with this person is not okay. I'm going to choose to release it and let it go and move forward, because moving forward gives me the freedom to live my life the way that I want to live my life.